All right, we've all heard the phrase as we bring in our guests, and we'll get back to more football in just a bit. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. There's no story that better captures such optimism and opportunity as Matt and Savanna Shaw. The father-daughter singing duo is seen and heard by millions all over the world, and this week they make their debut on The Wise Guys, and we welcome them into the show. We've been working a long time to make this happen. Guys, welcome.
Thank
you so much.
It's fun to be here.
Savanna, did you think, as we go back to how this began, that your world would evolve to a place where you're on The Wise Guys with two BYU sports guys?
No, absolutely not. I mean,
dreams are coming true today, you guys.
Well, no, hey, I've, as you guys know, Matt, as you know, I've known Savannah's grandma and grandpa for a long, long time, and that whole family for a long time, and her mom.
That's right. Yeah.
Guys, this is a Ute family. Like, so
that
this
side of it. Yeah.
So this is a big deal for me to get that side of the family to go and watch a BYU show. I love it.
That's true. They're going to be forced to now. Yeah, you know the dilemma that we're facing over here with me wearing a BYU hat, with a Ute fan wife and Ute family in-laws. So those are some fighting words there, but I think it went okay.
When Matt got back from his mission and started dating Brooke, I was asking some questions, and then I found out that his family were BYU folks. I'm like, oh, this is going to be just fine. This will be great. Everything's going to be just fine with this. I support this guy 100% right now. So
yes,
well, let's
that's what sealed the deal. Brooks like Blaine approves, so
that's
she was moving forward.
Let's clarify how we arrived here. So Matt, you're a Weber State grad, but your late father Donald and your mom Lisa are BYU grads, and you grew up in Southern California cheering for the Cougars. So that's this side of the genealogy. That's the family tree that has brought you to this point. And
that's right. Yep. My parents both went there, and so I grew up, of course, sporting all my Cougar gear, and got to go to some football games occasionally. So, yeah, that's my BYU genealogy. But I went to Weber State. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also a BYU hat, which Dave mentioned just a minute ago, which plays a prominent role in a video we're going to watch in just a few minutes here that got this whole thing started. Right. So without question. The Matt and Savanna singing duo has a Cougar connection, no question about it. Even though we've said that Brooke and her whole family, Savannah's mom, they're Utes, but this BYU thing got it started with a hat in the very first video, right?
Yeah, it did. It was kind of a freak accident because I was wearing the hat out doing some yard work. I had an old family reunion T-shirt on. And if you see that, Blaine, it lists all the Ferguson's name on there because it was a Ferguson family reunion. So every one of their names is on the T-shirt. Obviously, we did not plan for that to go past like family and friends. I was just naive with like privacy settings on Facebook. And so it blew up, and it's so funny. Even now, there's Corey, he's a physician, and some of the other ones will run into like patients or clients or friends, and they'll be like, I saw your name on a T-shirt from that father and daughter. And so it's kind of fun.
Well, Savanna, we got a bunch of questions for you. Before we get to the beginning, which is the very best place to start, right? What song is that?
Let's start at the very beginning.
Yeah. Let's update.
It's from The Sound of
Music.
Music.
Mary Poppins?
It's from Sound of Music,
or is
isn't
it Mary
Oh,
Poppins?
Sound of Music.
Close.
You got it.
Yeah, when you sing, you start with do, re, mi, re, mi. The first three notes just happen to
Good
be.
Call,
That's it.
All right, so look, here's where we are. On YouTube, you have 652,000 subscribers with 74.1 million views. Facebook is 546,000 followers. Instagram is 146,000 followers. Matt and SavannaMusic.com, 647,000 subscribers. Twitter is 1,619. There's some work to do on Twitter.
Twitter is one of those ones. I still don't know how to use Twitter.
Well, Twitter's not the best platform for streaming stuff anyhow.
But that's it. I added it up. It's 1.9 million, and we're going to share some crazy numbers in addition to that in just a couple of minutes. So as the two of you sit here with us today, 1.9 million people have checked out your singing abilities. Savanna, does that blow your mind?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was at the Taylor Swift concert with my mom a few weeks ago, and there were like 60,000 people in that room. And just looking at all those people and like thinking about how many people have seen our videos, it kind of was surreal for me to, I don't know, it like kind of put perspective on how many people have seen our music. So yeah, it's definitely very, very crazy, and I never could have expected that.
So Savanna, let's go back to when this whole thing started back in 2020. COVID had shut down the world, like shut down our world. We were doing live sporting events. Hey, we were still doing some of them, but we were in arenas, huge arenas like you're talking about, no people in it.
No.
Dave and I sitting down there at tables 20 feet apart with masks on, calling games. It was the strangest time in the world for all of us. But for you, it shut down choir practice and you guys being able to get together and do all that. So to keep your group of friends in touch with each other, you got this idea of starting a group chat on Instagram. So take us, what happened next with that?
You know, when COVID hit and we released that first video, you know, we didn't expect for it to go viral at all. And we kind of just took that opportunity, and I just don't think I mean, obviously we never stopped. It was like a week after that, we posted A Million Dreams to kind of thank everyone for listening to the prayer, and that picked up as well. And, you know, every week during COVID, we would release another song. It definitely kept us very busy, but that was COVID life for us. We were just constantly recording, and we were doing new stuff all the time, like through Zoom, of course. But yeah, it was busy for us, which I'm honestly super grateful for, because I feel like I would have gone crazy otherwise.
See, we were fighting in our family. You guys were doing music. Homeschooling wasn't a big hit with the kids.
Oh gosh,
under
that
our
was the
roof.
worst.
Plenty of that over here as well. Don't worry.
So you guys decide, Savanna, you decide you want to record a song and send it to your friends, which is the prayer. And your dad is out working in the yard, and you go out and get him. You want him to change clothes, but he's like, "Come on, this is just for your friends. Let's sit down here and record this thing." So what does he say when you go out there and go, "Hey, come in here and let's record this song"?
He was down for it. I don't really think he had any questions. You were just like, yeah, seems fun. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Because I think neither one of us really expected for it to really do anything. So it wasn't, I don't know, it's just kind of.
I mean, if you watch that video, it's so funny because it's so unprofessional. like we didn't even know to turn the phone sideways. So there's like big old black bars on the side. I pop out a screen completely once because I wasn't paying attention. I think I just leaned over. It's just, we really didn't expect anyone to see it. And had we known, I think, that it would have been viewed so widely, we probably would have taken it way more seriously. But then you kind of wonder, would it have had like the charm, right? Because it was clear that we just didn't know what we were doing.
We weren't trying to be anything. It just kind of happened.
Yeah. And Matt, you grew up singing. You went to Weber State on a music scholarship. So music's been part of your life, most of your life, right? And but you didn't, as you guys just mentioned, you had no idea what was going to happen from any of this. I mean, basically it was, hey, let's just sit down and do a duet. Let's just sing into a microphone attached to an iPad or a computer, I assume, right?
Right, it was,
And what happened next is just remarkable. How did this thing take off from there?
You know, I wonder that too, because when we posted it first, you posted it on Instagram, and it didn't really like get crazy on Instagram because you can't share it. It was, I don't know how that works, but Facebook has that like shareability. Everyone just starts passing it around. Yeah. And I think there were some key people that probably picked up on it and shared it.
There were Happiest, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah. So there's a social media company called Happiest based out of the UK, and they shared our video, which has been seen just a mind-blowing amount of views on that one. But I think that's kind of how it started to spread, is on Facebook especially. And we started YouTube. We didn't even have a YouTube channel. We started that
When we posted A Million Dreams.
Was it during? Yeah, after the second one.
Yeah.
It took me hours to figure out how to make a post on YouTube. It was ridiculous.
Now
we've come a long way.
Yeah, now you command the world at your fingertips. You're going to send it out and they're going to watch it. The song's called "The Prayer." Andre Bocelli made it famous. Here's the original recording. That in 3 months, let's see, you had 3 or 4 views early, and then in 3 months you had 6 million, which is crazy on YouTube and Facebook. Let's take a listen. Matt and Savanna Shaw, "The Prayer."
Pray you'll be alright and watch us where we go and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe.
I pray we'll find your love.
I pray we'll find your love
and hold it in our hearts.
and hold it in our hearts.
When stars go out each night,
When stars go out each night,
remind us where you are. Let this be our prayer.
let this be our
When
prayer.
shadows fill our day,
When shadows fill our day,
lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe. A world where pain and sorrow will be ended, and every heart that's broken will be mended, and we'll remember we are all God's children, reaching out to touch you, reaching to the sky. We ask that life be kind and watch us from above. We hope each soul will find another soul to love. Let this be our prayer, just like every child.
Just like every child
Needs to find a place, guide us with your grace, give us faith so we'll be safe. Needs to find a place, guide us with your grace, give us faith so we'll be
Don't buy an
How about that? Matt and Savanna Shaw, father-daughter singing duo on the Wise Guys this week on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and wiseguys.com. Please subscribe. It's all free, and our wives would appreciate it. And we give a shout-out to all the Fergusons whose names we watched
all represented on that
t-shirt.
shirt on that. So I don't know how the technology works. Could you guys watch that again yourselves, or were you just sitting waiting for that just now?
We weren't seeing anything. We caught a little bit of the audio. But...
Oh, okay. So you have seen that obviously many times, and now you've performed that since that time live in multiple occasions. How many times do you think now you have performed that song together?
We perform it every show we do. That's like our encore. So if people ask for an encore, we'll come back out and sing the prayer, which is so fun that we get to end a show with the song that started it for us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How many times? I don't know. Cause I don't even know how many shows we've done.
No, me neither. A lot.
You guys need to count it up and you got to keep adding it up. Dave and I were doing a thing a couple weeks ago. We were trying to figure out how many games and shows we've done together, and it's over 1,000.
It's crazy.
Wow.
And then we start to just reminisce, and so you got to keep track. You guys need to count it and just we've done that. We've done this many shows because it's a great memory, and enjoy it while you're doing it. It's just amazing.
And you guys are still friends.
Yeah.
Which is actually even more amazing, honestly.
That is amazing. Good for you guys.
Hey,
that's awesome.
So this song goes viral, and the next thing you know, Savanna, you're on Good Morning America and the Kelly Clarkson Show. Was that an out-of-body experience?
Oh my gosh, you guys don't even know. When we did Good Morning America, my mom woke me up, and she said it was like an Anna from Frozen moment where I like sit up and my hair is crazy. She's like, hey, you're going to be on Good Morning America. And like today they just called. So get ready. Cause you got to do this interview. So that was crazy for sure. And then when we did Kelly Clarkson, I've admired her for so long that sitting there waiting for her to join the Zoom call was like the scariest thing of my life. Cause I was like, she's going to pop on at any moment, and am I going to be weird? What am I going to say? It was so crazy, but both really, really awesome experiences for us. And I'm really glad that we did it. So
yeah. And Kelly is so nice. Like she's so fun to talk to. During the breaks, she was just cracking jokes. Funny. And, it was fun, but she was recording out of her home as well. So her dog was barking in the back, and like
that was life then, right? And
right.
And her talent is so off the charts. It's just ridiculous. She's one of the greatest singers of our time. To be on that, how cool. Savanna, we understand that you were once pretty shy. What changed? Like what happened here?
I think before this whole music thing happened for us, I just never really pushed myself past my comfort zone. I mean, I did at times, of course, like everyone does, but I was just, I had a comfort zone and I really liked being in that zone. And when the music thing happened, I was just like, there is no comfort zone anymore. Like you have to get out of that. Exposure therapy for real. I mean, it was like being woken up, being told I'm going to be on Good Morning America in an hour. That was how my life was. So it was definitely really fast, where I just kind of had to break out of my shell and learn how to be different. And I feel like at this point, we've been doing this for over 3 years now, and it kind of has become who I am. But yeah, for a long time, it was really hard for me to share my voice, let alone even like talk to people. I was so shy. So I'm glad that is not me anymore.
Let's get right to the core issue here, because you were at the time in high school. So what do your friends think of all this?
Yeah, that is a good question. I think my friends were just they were really like excited for me, but they were also confused at the same time. Because my life just looked different at that point. Like they were like, I don't know, like after COVID happened, they were wanting to hang out all the time and do all the high school things that you normally do. And I just wasn't in that time of my life anymore. I was working and I switched to online school to do music. Yeah. So I think that was really confusing to them. So they're like, why are you doing this? But I don't regret anything. I'm so glad that I, that I took that path. And I really do think that I learned who my real friends were in that experience, because they were the ones that stuck with me through it all.
Right.
And I made a lot of new friends doing music, and it's funny because they're like adults, people that are way older than me, but I'm really close with these people because I work with them. So
see, Blaine's way older than me, but we're real close because we work together. I can relate.
That's so nice of Blaine.
I accept him for who he is, and that's all there is to it. But
good, as you should.
All my
Exactly.
inadequacies.
So Matt, you mentioned the social media site in Europe, because this thing's just not a phenomenon in North America or United States. This thing is a global phenomenon, especially in the UK. That social media site, and is it the one you just mentioned? Because
Happiness,
yeah, Happiness, 95, is that number right? 95 million views. It hit number 1 for views in the UK. What's that?
Yeah.
Can you wrap your head around that? This isn't just, hey, I'm a star, we're stars in the United States. You guys are global. This is a global phenomenon.
Yeah, it really blew our mind, I think, to realize how far and wide the music had spread. And that was one of the things that really surprised us, is to see how many views that had. 95 million it's hard to wrap your brain around what that means. And then to have your album, we were on a guy's show in the UK named Michael Ball. Him and Alfie Boe, if you know them, they're like
Alfie,
best.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, they're like best friends. They tour together all the time. But Michael's really popular in the UK, so he had us on his show, and it was like the next day our album hit number 1 of all genres in the UK, and we just it just blows our mind that people from other countries know our music, and we're just a little dad and daughter from who knows where, Utah. That to have our music being listened to and streamed. We do concerts. We have an annual Christmas concert we do at the Eccles Theater here in Utah that we sell a live stream ticket to, so anyone in the world can watch. And last year, I think we had 27 different countries represented in our live stream, viewer audience. I don't even know. Yeah, I still can't comprehend that. It blows my mind.
Well, you're right in there. You got the Rolling Stones over there. You got the Beatles. You got U2, and you have the Shaws. That's what we got going on in the United Kingdom.
For a day, at least. Right?
Well, and we were thinking about, you started with covers, and now you guys are doing some of your own stuff. The first couple of covers you chose, hey guys, let's just go big, right? Let's go with the prayer. Let's do, hey, then let's cover Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, and then let's also cover the Beatles. Like, you guys weren't messing around. You were taking on giants and doing a phenomenal job. How did you decide what songs you were going to choose early on?
It was songs that would work for a male and female duet, because there are a lot of those songs out there. So that
aren't like sappy love songs.
Yeah, so our choices were very limited. So we did kind of have to take on those big songs. But after a while, we were like, we are running out of options, and I don't know what we're gonna do. So that's when we hired on our music producer to take some of our favorite songs and turn them into duets. But at the beginning, I feel like the choice was kind of made for us.
Yeah, and they were our favorite songs too. I mean, just music that we
for
really
sure. I mean, we really believe in every song that we do, but
yeah,
it is kind of funny.
Yeah, it got tricky there for a while. I mean, we were looking at singing some songs that would have been very uncomfortable for our audience.
Oh yeah.
Male female duets are not. Yeah, I mean, they're usually love songs. So
yeah, that's true. You have 5 albums. Recently finished live concert dates in Nashville, Atlanta, and Alabama as part of the Share Hope, Spread Joy Tour, which is an awesome name. July 17th, you're at the Kenley Amphitheater in Layton, Utah. So, Savanna, how does it feel to be a star?
I don't feel like anything has really changed, I guess. I guess my life has changed, but who I am hasn't changed. So sometimes it just doesn't feel like a real experience, I guess. Sometimes I feel like I'm dreaming, and I'm just going to wake up tomorrow and realize, oh yeah, that was a really fun dream. But I don't know. I think the best part of this whole job is the people that you meet. We've had the opportunity to meet so many different people and connect with people all around the world. So I think being a star is awesome because of, the worldwide connections that you have.
Yeah.
Matt, your dad passed away when you were way too young. You're just a teenager when your dad passed away. This time you've had with Savanna has to be really cool. Time that you didn't get a chance to spend with your dad, and now you get to spend this time with Savanna. You guys get to do a lot together. Does that make this even more special?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, my dad died when I was 14 years old, and he died when he was 38. And so I'm 42. And so I've had 4 years more than he did at this point, and 3 of those have been spent singing with Savanna. And I do feel a little bit like it's borrowed time. And so even though we're busy, we have a lot going on, we really try to prioritize our family, and experiences and memories over things. We do a lot of trips together with the music and just as a family. But yeah, it makes this all very meaningful. It was a weird point when I turned 38 and realized that's all the time my dad had on this, on being our dad. And so I try to prioritize as carefully as I can.
Yeah. Savanna, when did you learn that your dad could sing?
He's been singing my whole life. I remember, this is actually a story that my mom has told me, but we listened to Josh Groban all the time growing up. And when I was really young, I would think that was my dad singing. I would, tell my mom, oh my gosh, that's my dad. When
I didn't correct her.
When Josh Groban was singing. So I think I've known just my whole life that my dad can sing. And I think that's really what inspired me to do that. I don't know if I would have really experimented with my voice that young if I didn't hear you doing that. So yeah, it's weird that we never really thought to sing together until the prayer.
I know it's weird. It's such I don't know why. Why didn't we? I have no idea.
We did maybe 2 songs. Like one was in church and then one was for my choir. Like I performed a little thing for my choir with my dad. But other than that, it was nothing.
So you guys didn't just have a Sunday night, we would just get together and hang and sing together?
Have a jam session?
No, there were no karaoke
surprised.
nights. We just that video, the prayer was really like the first time we had really sung together.
Yeah.
And other than a few other little times that maybe those count too, but it's odd to think back after all that we've done now. It's weird to think back and why, I don't know why we didn't do it before. Couldn't find the songs, maybe. I don't know.
My dad, I remember him kind of teaching me some things. I really wanted to be in a play when I was in junior high, and I remember him kind of teaching me how to act and how to sing and how should I, perform this song. So I do remember you doing that, but we never sang together. So.
Yeah. Which is another interesting part of Savanna's story that I like to tell, because Savanna, she says she was super shy. She did try out for some musical things, like the higher level choir. You tried out for some plays.
Yeah, I was always I was on for maybe 10 minutes of the entire play, but I was in the very, very back.
Never got the part.
Never really
didn't make the high school choir.
No.
It was, what is it? Was it a year after not making the high school choir that you had a #1 on iTunes?
Yeah.
1 year?
Yeah, 1 year.
Isn't that crazy?
That is
I love
crazy.
that part of the story.
She's the Michael Jordan of singing. Michael got cut by his sophomore high school coach, got cut. He ended up being pretty dang good, right?
Yeah, it worked out for him.
Sometimes when it's not the success that comes right away, it drives us a little bit, and it just comes at a different time.
Here's another popular song. Let's take a clip of this. This is When You Believe, Matt and Savanna Shaw.
Many nights we've prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood.
Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could.
There can be miracles when you believe.
When you believe.
Though hope is frail, it's hard to kill.
It's hard to kill.
Who knows what miracles you can achieve?
You can achieve.
When you believe,
Somehow you will.
you will when you believe.
In this time of fear, when prayer so often proves in vain, hope seems like a summer bird too swiftly flown away. Yet now I'm standing here,
My heart's so full I can't explain.
seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd say. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to
It's
kill.
hard to kill.
Who knows what miracles
That is a clip from When You Believe as Matt and Savanna Shaw continue with us on the Wise Guys. How many views on that one? That was cool.
Oh, that's such a sad story, actually, because we filmed that out on. There was a structure. I don't even know if I should name it at this point, but it's up on the Salt Lake, and lots of other Utah artists have filmed there. We just it's on public land, so we assumed it was fine. We got a copyright notice on our video, and they wanted us to.
This
Yes.
is after it had like 2 million
It
views.
had millions of views, and they said you have to take it down. And we're like, but the other Utah artists have done videos on this, and no one got flagged. But I don't know. Maybe there was just, I don't know. They picked us, so we had to actually take the whole video off of YouTube, re-edit the whole thing so you can't see the structure that we were filming in.
Really?
And we had to re-upload it. So
Oh my
it had
goodness.
millions of views, and we just had to re-upload it like, I don't know, a month or two ago.
As we're watching that, it's very obvious there's no longer a microphone and an iPad sitting in front of you, or a Ferguson family reunion T-shirt on, right? So you guys
Yep.
have music videos, professional studios, backup singers. Like that group was good, really good. The backup singers.
Oh, they're phenomenal. Yeah.
Musicians that are working with you. You have your own material that you're recording now. All that I just said sounds like a lot of work right now, though. Savannah, like how do you keep it fun? It's work now, isn't it?
For sure. But I think you just have to prioritize the things that matter to you and that you want to pursue. Like I'm still pursuing things other than music. Like I have another job. So it's just important to, make time for what's important. But, music really is my favorite thing ever. And I'm so lucky to do this as my job most of the time. It just feels like, the fun stuff.
Well, Matt, Garth Brooks once said, and I know you love this quote, every blessing is a curse, every curse is a blessing. How does that equate to your experience?
It's so true. And I do. Thank you for sharing that. I love that quote. And it is true. I think, a lot of people look at social media stars or even like Broadway stars or artists in general. And you may see them at a show or you may see a music video. And that's just, the tip of the massive foundation that was required to get to that point. And the amount of work and effort that's put in to make it look easy it's just tremendous. And the blood, sweat, and tears and the failures and, that lead up to that success is often unseen. But that's often what's required to make it work. We had our flash in the pan success early on, doing all the shows, and then it became evident that it was going to be work, and if we were going to make this happen, we needed to work hard at it. But the reason we were so willing to do that is just because of the meaningful responses, what it meant to people. And so our whole mission statement is share hope, spread joy. It makes the work a lot easier.
That's great stuff. And people don't realize how much work it is. You guys have come a long way, not just with all of the elements that you've put in, but perfecting your craft. And it's just amazing. Hey, what role does Brooke play in all of this? Because she spent some time. She spent some time in our home back in the olden days, and
That's right.
Spent some time up at the Ferguson home back in the olden days. And so what role does Mom play in all of this?
My mom does so many things behind the scenes. She's really what keeps everything running for us. She kind of just fills in, what we're missing and helps us along the way. My mom is at almost every show, at almost every recording session. And when she's not there, she's home taking care of the kids so that we can be out doing those things. So, she really is just what keeps it all together.
Yeah. And on top of that, if you watch that music video back, you'll see that Brooke's in it. She's in the choir.
I gotta go back and look for that.
We sneak her in sometimes.
So we'll sneak her in. She sang background vocals on a few of our tracks. And so
that is good stuff.
Yeah. So she helps out just about everywhere you can. And really, we say this all the time, but she's the glue that keeps, the whole family together, keeps everything running. We 1,000% couldn't be doing what we're doing without her.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if she doesn't have some memory of being in our house, sitting around the piano or around a guitar on a Sunday night or sometime during the week and singing.
Oh, she totally remembers.
She mentioned it to us earlier.
She can tell you that music was big at our house. It still is big at our house, right? Performing arts are huge in our home, and your mom spent some of that time. I know we've been out in the backyard of our house in Kaysville with her there with the guitar out and singing some songs as she was growing up. So it's
100%. Yeah, she remembers that. She just went and celebrated your daughter at their show here when it toured here in Salt Lake, Moulin Rouge. That was really exciting for her to cheer her on and celebrate her success too.
Well, I'm loving seeing your success, and I know what work it takes because we've watched that from up close, and to watch this next generation, Savanna, for you to do really well, it's been really cool.
Thank you. That means a lot.
A few more minutes with Matt and Savanna Shaw. Savanna, you're the oldest of the 4 children. So how do you make sure the others don't feel like they're on the outside looking in?
I think that we just include them wherever they want to be included, but I also think that it's important to not force them to go to anything they don't want to go to, or, make them sing with us if they don't want to, anything like that. So it is a family thing for us. Wherever they want to be included, they are. So I would say that's probably kind of how we've gone about it. But at the same time, we, again, really prioritize just doing the fun things. Like we just got home from a trip in Hawaii with our family, so we're making sure to spend that quality time as well.
So we've had Penny Jean sing on a few of our songs. She's singing on our upcoming album, and we've had Easton play the ukulele, and Eric has even provided some intermission dance routines at some of our shows, which has been fun.
That's good.
So yeah, it's fun.
That is good stuff.
Well, we got a cover we want to share from the Beatles, which we love. Here Comes the Sun, another number from Matt and Savanna Shaw.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter.
Little darling, it feels like years since we've been here.
Here comes
Man, you guys are good. Matt and Savanna Shaw. You should
Thank
do
you.
all.
Thank
Why don't you do
you.
all the Beatles songs? Just start with number one and just go through the library.
We've been tempted.
We have.
I'm older than Dave, but he's an older soul than me. He likes the old school stuff. You know, he's
So do I, though. The
guy.
Beatles, I don't know. Do they ever get old?
No,
really?
they don't get old. They don't get old.
Yeah,
So-
they
but he
don't.
also likes AC/DC, which I just don't understand at all. But that's
I'm with you there.
that's for another show.
It's a large palette. It's a
So-
large palette.
Hey, a
funny.
question for both of you. Savanna first. Describe the power that can come from music.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good question. I think that music is just, it has the ability to speak to us in ways that words can't. I feel like I am most touched by music. And a lot of, my favorite memories are involved with music. And I just think that it's just a connecting force between everyone, So I really do feel like so many important messages can be shared through that. And we've had the opportunity to do some benefit concerts and benefit songs because of that, power through music. So I do think it's very much needed in today's world.
Well,
Yeah, I think there's just, and it's hard to explain almost, but there's such a power with music. And when I am singing, I don't cry often, but I think probably you've seen me cry the most when I'm on stage.
Oh, I've
singing.
only seen him cry on stage.
It's just because it just unlocks part of your soul just deep inside that is sometimes hard to express otherwise. But when you're having this shared experience with an audience with music, there's a real tangible energy and power that comes from that. And people share experiences with us about how the music has affected them. We've had people that they've been in a coma and been playing our songs, and they wake up to our music. Our music is what causes someone to squeeze a hand, or just these messages are incredible. But there really is a power there. I wish I knew what it was, but for some reason, we as humans have been built to respond on a deep emotional level to music. There's real power there.
Music and sports go hand in hand.
Sports.
Just
That's
this
right.
last weekend with the Masters golf tournament, it's just a golf tournament until they start playing the Masters piano music.
Yeah, they start playing the music
then it
and
becomes
showing
reverent.
the flowers and everything. And
And
I'm
we're
just
having a
like,
spiritual experience.
then they
They're
got
like,
us.
what makes
Then
this
they've got
golf
us.
tournament different? The music does. When the
Yeah.
Cougars take the field, the band plays Rise and Shout, and it brings an adrenaline out of everybody. And the two of you have chosen to take music to promote peace and joy. Why is that so important to you?
Yeah, I mean, that became our mission statement really early on, and that actually came from Brooke. That was something that she talked about early on. Is we wanted to make sure that everything we did it fit that purpose to share hope or to spread joy. And so that goes into every song that we choose to sing. Sometimes it's just to make somebody smile, but a lot of them have a deeper meaning and message that can heal hearts. And it really came from a lot of the response and the messages that we got about our music. And we realized the power of it and the responsibility we now have as an instrument of hope and as an instrument of joy. To be able to do that is pretty remarkable. And we're just thrilled to have an opportunity to use our voices for something like that.
That's great stuff. Hey, Matt, are you still in the real estate business when you're not doing music, or is it all music now?
No, I still am. I still do my real estate stuff. I've got a business partner. We've been best friends since high school. And so he handles things for me when I'm out and about touring and doing music. So
you're juggling both of those worlds, and I knew you had a successful real estate company. I'm glad to hear that's still going great. And Savanna, what are you doing? You mentioned doing other stuff. What are you doing when music isn't like the most important thing in life at that moment?
Yeah, so I'm actually starting this summer. I'll be going to a skin science school. which I'm super excited about. My mom's cousin owns a medical spa, so I'll be working for her. And it's just really flexible with music, and it's some stuff I'm passionate about. So really excited for that.
Awesome. We want you to both commit right now when you have a new album ready to come out that you'll come back on the show.
We will,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So-
That's
so you
coming
guys-
up pretty soon, too.
Last week, Elaine Bradley was on with us, and I don't know if you know who Elaine is, but she is the drummer and does a lot of the vocals for Neon Trees.
That's right,
She's
yeah.
she's one of the best female drummers of all time. So she was on the show in studio with us, and she said, probably my bandmates are going to kill me and our producers are going to kill me, but I just wanted to tell you guys, we've been in the studio for the last 8 months. We're coming out with a new album. We're going to go on tour. We're like, wait a minute, you're announcing it on this show? She's
Absolutely.
like, I just couldn't keep it any longer. So she announced it here. So you don't have to
That's
announce it
cool.
on this show, but when you do, why don't you guys come on and
We'll play some
We'll
clips.
play some clips and we'll promote a little bit. That'd be really fun to have you guys do that.
Oh, we'd love to.
course.
Yeah, that would
Fantastic.
be fun. Yeah.
All right, let's finish.
It's a deal.
Let's finish with 5 quick questions for both Matt and Savanna, and then we'll get you back to your regularly scheduled afternoon. So and evening. So thank you.
We do this with everyone that comes out, and you're not even supposed to think. Just the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, boy.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Your favorite sports movie. Savannah first.
I don't know any sports movies.
You don't?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
I know mine. I've got his helmet right there. It's Rudy.
There you go,
There you
Rudy.
go.
Okay, we got to help Savannah out. What's one we can have Savannah watch?
Let's see, Savannah, what sports show do you think you've watched where you were really moved by the music? Maybe we'll just try and bring that in.
I'm just
from the
trying to
members
think.
Like, well, let's see.
Sports movies.
There's Sandlot, which is the
Yes,
baseball
Sandlot
movie.
is old
Here we
school.
go.
Old
That's
school.
it. You love
I don't
Sandlot.
think Sandlot. Or
So,
what's
Little Giants.
Unbroken?
What about Little
Is that a
Giants?
sports movie?
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
good one. Which one?
Is Unbroken a sports
Yeah,
movie?
Unbroken
kinda?
is, yes.
Okay, that's probably my favorite.
It's a sports movie and then some, right?
All
Like
right.
Remember
Yeah.
the Titans is a sports movie and then some. Rudy's a
See,
sports
we knew you
movie.
had one.
See, you just couldn't remember. So we'll do that
All
one.
right,
So,
this is going to be a tough one, this next one.
yeah, this favorite singer or band. It can be a solo artist or a band.
I know.
I have two. Yeah, my first is
Can
Taylor.
I say yours?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Oh, sorry, I already said it. Taylor Swift,
And?
Whitney Houston.
Yeah, I was good. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Whitney, I love Whitney. She
Yeah.
just,
So,
she just opens
for
her
me-
mouth and the unbelievable comes out. She just opens it up and it's just so
yeah.
easy. It's not fair.
She's incredible.
We both agree. Greatest female vocalist of all time, I think, was Whitney. The
And then
things
I
she could
think
do is
the
crazy.
best female songwriter of all time is Taylor. So that's
She's-
why I love them both.
She's crazy. She's crazy talented. How about you, Matt? Your favorite singer or band?
My favorite singer would probably be, I'd have to say Josh Groban, but I'd have to say early days Josh Groban.
Early
Yeah.
Groban.
Yeah, I love his stuff back then.
You
I
love Ben
lo-
Rector.
Hey,
Yeah, I love
his,
Ben Rector.
His prayer with Charlotte Church is one of my favorite versions of that ever. If you
Yeah, a
haven't
lot of
heard
people
that.
don't know about that version,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
a good one.
beautiful.
Yep.
I agree.
Hey, Savannah, how was Taylor's concert? Was that good?
I can't stop talking about it because it was so good. And I'm
Obsessed.
like looking for tickets online, like hoping someone sells theirs for a reasonable price because I want to go again so bad.
All right. Yeah, we've heard
She's
good
an incredible
things.
talent. Great songwriter, great performer.
Yep.
She's a talent. Okay, here's an easy one. Favorite breakfast cereal?
Lucky Charms. Ever since I was a kid.
Yes.
Lucky
Really,
Charms.
Lucky Charms?
Yeah.
And you eat the charms?
Oh yeah.
I
Hey,
can't
Savannah,
stand
do you
those.
ever save up the charms and eat just the oats so that at the very end you get like 2 full bites of nothing but marshmallow charms? Do you ever do that?
That's the only way to do it.
Amen. Dave, are you listening to this
I'm
right
listening.
now?
I'm making notes.
Okay, good.
Making
'cause
notes.
this is,
Making
More of a Captain Crunch guy. What about you, Matt?
Mine's controversial because it's you kind of have to have a love-hate relationship. But Captain Crunch,
Are you serious?
I loved Captain Crunch.
That's your favorite right now?
I mean, I don't eat cereal right now. So, but Captain Crunch was my favorite, even though it like wrecks your mouth. You
It's
know
a
how it, like,
challenge.
yeah, that's the top of the mouth, the roof of the mouth.
But you know what? That's a price I'm willing to pay. For a
I
bowl
know,
of
me
Captain
too.
Crunch.
That's the thing. I'd even love it still. So
Yeah,
Good.
Danny Ainge. Savannah doesn't know who Danny is probably, but Matt knows who Danny Ainge is, right?
I do. Yeah.
Savannah, Danny Ainge is the National Player of the Year at BYU in basketball. Then he was a world champion with the Boston Celtics. Then he was a coach of the Phoenix Suns. Then he was the general manager for world championships with the Boston Celtics. And he is now the CEO of the Utah Jazz.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So
What a cool
anyhow,
story.
he comes in here. He comes in on a show, and we go favorite breakfast cereal. What did he say?
Shredded wheat.
Shredded wheat. I was like, wait, with no sugar on 'em?
Shredded wheat?
Shredded wheat.
Yeah,
Shredded
things have
wheat?
really.
And then I went home, and my wife got mad at me because she said, "Remember, he had some heart problems. You need to leave him alone. Quit picking on Davey." So I'm like, okay, shredded wheat it is.
So we're perfectly happy with Lucky Charms
Oh.
and Captain Crunch.
Yeah. So, okay, favorite song to sing.
Oh, I feel like that changes all the time for me. My two favorite solo songs are She Used to Be Mine from The Waitress and I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. But I think my favorite song to sing with my dad is probably When You Believe or Bridge Over Troubled Water. Sorry, that was 4. You asked for 1.
Wow. But hey,
there you go.
Bridge Over Troubled Water. That was right out of that. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Savannah,
All great.
what's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
Oh, that is impossible to choose. That's like someone choosing a favorite child, or it's just wrong. You just don't do it.
Well, that's our next question for Matt.
Didn't I just hear that Taylor just broke up with her boyfriend?
Yeah,
Oh,
I hope
no.
that's not true. It makes me so
No,
sad.
I just heard that the other night, and I turned to Brendan and I said, "Oh, here we go. There's gonna be like 5 songs about this
Yeah,
dude.
5
this
new
dude's
albums.
Oh, yeah.
in
Gosh,
big
there's
trouble
gonna be a new
now.
album.
You can't date her; she'll kill you after you break up with songs. It's not good.
I know.
All right,
That comes with the territory
That's
with
right.
Taylor, I guess.
Matt, favorite song to sing?
I love to sing Homeward Bound. That's one of my favorites.
Good one.
And I love to sing the prayer. Just the energy in the room every time we sing the prayer it's just tangible. So those are my favorites.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Homeward Bound. Sometimes I'll even listen to the Motab's version of it.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
good.
love their version.
So good, so good.
Yep.
So, okay,
Yeah.
last question. Favorite advice from Mom, Brooke, and Matt's case. Favorite advice that Brooke ever gave both of you.
I feel like my mom is just full of great advice, so it's hard to choose one. I think one thing that has always been so valuable to me that my mom has taught me is to really love yourself, because she's always taught me that when you love yourself, it is easier to love other people and to give to the world, when you're taking care of yourself. So I would say that's probably the most valuable advice she's ever given me, because I think throughout this process, it's awesome that we get to give so much to people, but it's helped remind me that before I do that, I need to make sure I'm, loving myself, taking care of myself. So, yeah.
Excellent.
good.
That's a good one. Matt,
Mine's not nearly as deep. It's kiss the cook. That's my favorite
does
advice.
she have a? I think Brenda might have a apron that says "Kiss the Cook" on it.
Does she really?
Yeah, which I do every time she's in that, of course.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
That's great advice,
Gotta
right?
do- That's perfect advice. So
Matt, you look back at that picture on the wall behind the two of you of a much smaller group of Shaws, and
Yeah.
now it's now you have a family with a global reach. Is it amazing what one family can do?
I mean, it is amazing. I hope it's a testament to those who, like Savanna, maybe were a little bit shy to share their talents, because there's so much good that can come from people who, step out of the comfort zone, be a little bit brave and vulnerable, and share whatever that is about yourself that's special to the world, because it can make a difference. And we're just lucky to be in a position to be able to do that now.
amen.
You can follow Matt and Savannah Shaw on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and mattandsavannahmusic.com.
Matt with 1 T, right?
1 T.
Yeah, Matt with 1 T and Savannah with no H.
Yeah. So MATANDSAVANNA, right?
That's it.
Matt
Yeah,
with
we
1
just
T,
didn't want to
Savannah
have
with
to.
no H. So
Yeah, we just didn't want to have to waste money on souvenirs with their names on it.
Smart.
They don't make them.
Hey,
So-
our advice from the wise guys, Matt, is to keep wearing that BYU hat. Just find opportunities to pop that into a music video. Let the whole world go, why
I
is there
brought
a
it.
Y on that hat? Oh,
I know, it's right here. I couldn't put it on with my headphones. Otherwise, I would have been wearing it.
Well, we appreciate you repping the Y every once in a while. So maybe on one of these upcoming, you figure out how to just a little. Maybe we'll get you a Y with just like a little BYU thing on the sleeve, so it would be really subtle, but we can point it out for people. We'll get you some gear.
There you go.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I'd rep it. Yep.
Rise and Shout would be a good song to add to the new
You don't
album.
have to. You don't have to.
Daddy-daughter version.
You don't have to go like Dave's version on the video, like the shirt he has on today. That's a little too much. Right
Yeah,
there.
it's just a bright white tonight, but appropriate.
Right.
Hey, it's so great to have you on the show and to get to know you, and we look forward to having you back on, and we're proud to be a part of the Matt and Savanna Shaw fan club. So thank you.
Well, thank you
you
guys.
so
It was a
much.
pleasure. That was
Hey,
fun.
give my love and Brenda's love to the whole Ferguson family. Big hugs to everybody.
We
For
will.
sure.
Thanks, Blake.
All
right.
Good talking
Thanks,
to you guys.
guys.
Good to talk to you guys.
So those are the Shaws. What a duo! And it's we throw those numbers out. It's hard to even fathom how many people around the world have watched these two sing songs and from really starting right in their family room up in Davis County, Utah, to even that song, but the prayer, 95 million views in the United Kingdom.
95 million views. So
I know that's a powerful
and they have an
duo.
album that was #1 in the UK that came out, digital album. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. And hey, they're Matt had that BYU hat on their very first big hit and represented the Y. They're representing the state of Utah really, really well as well. And people are going, hey, they're from Utah. I wonder, are they affiliated with BYU?
Sure.
Are they affiliated with the Mormon Church?
You see that hat every now and then.
So there you go. They're doing great things.
Thank you for coming on this show. That's just great. And now when they put new albums out, we can just have them pop on.
Yep.
Say, hey, here's a new song, and talk to them for a couple of minutes. And now they're in. They're part of the Wise Guys family.